What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video. In case you haven't noticed, I am not in the CRV right now. I'm actually in a new car or vehicle or truck. I bought a truck. I got a 2005 Toyota Tundra. It's the V8 model SR5, which is like a little bit premium or whatever. It's a little bit beat up on the outside, like some paint is rust or faded over here, and there is a big old dent on this side that I think I'm gonna pop out. But the actual condition of the truck, mechanically and everything, is in mint condition. It's a 4.7 V8 automatic transmission that they say that these motors last forever as long as you do maintenance. And you know, Toyota, it's got great AC. So we're pretty stoked about this. This is the vehicle that I'm gonna be towing my Integra up to Honda Day with next month. So we're gonna start getting all the maintenance done, like drain all the coolant, drain all the power steering, transmission, rear diff fluid, everything, replace all of that, maybe do a thermostat on it, spark plugs, coils, all that good stuff. So just basically make sure that it's running in tip-top shape. That way we can trailer the car very good up and safely and all whatnot. I'm out of words. But we are over here in Daytona Beach right now. If the video didn't give it away, the title already, we are doing a little something to the Integra's front, the front bumper and whatnot. And for that, I needed to either order some stuff online or find a plastic place near me. Piedmont Plastic is in Daytona. I got a tip through a subscriber that I could come over here and actually look at like large sheets of plastic. So hopefully I can find what I'm looking for and bring you guys along for the ride for today. Hi, good morning. No, I'm actually here to see, do you guys sell like ABS plastic sheets?
We sell 4 foot by 8 foot sheets.
That would work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you bought from us before?
I haven't. I actually just got a recommendation to come over here to check you guys out.
Okay, no problem. What's your name?
Pablo?
Let me get logged in here.
Sure. Do you actually have some that I could look at to determine what I'd like?
Let's see what we got over here.
Woo. Look at you looking all purty. Man, I love this truck. And it's got an alarm system built into it. It needs to be washed inside, cleaned up a little bit, but overall, it is a great performing truck. You said pull around back to the first bay. Bed liner looks like somebody was, I don't know, using it as a work truck for paint or concrete or something. But I can definitely either clean this up or even just get a whole new bed liner. I think you can find them used for like $100 or something. Here they come. All right, so here's that full sheet for us. I was in between the 1/8 inch or 0.09. This is a 0.09 inch, I think, ABS plastic. Costs like $50 for this whole 4x8 sheet. So this is more than enough. I'll probably use half of it long ways to close up the front, and then I can make other trim pieces with the rest of it. So I'm super stoked with this. $50 to make my bumper how I want it. It's got this like foam looking part on the front, and then a flat part in the back. Depends how you want to make it. I think I'm gonna do the foam texture in the front just for texture, make it look cool or whatever. Then I've got some Milano red spray paint right here, and just like the old front bumper that I sprayed Milano red from that same company can. I'm not gonna be clear coating or anything because it is La Fea. It's an ugly girl. But you know, eventually I'll be doing the 3-piece front end and everything. This is just a budget fix for the front because I really don't like the way that the weight plate sits right below the bumper. Not to say that it's not going to function correctly at all. That's the point of the weight plate. We want it as low and as forward as possible. But I just want it to look a little bit cleaner than it does right now, so it's not too ugly. And the next goal, maybe before Maryland, but I might have to budget it right after. I want to buy DSS 5.9 axles, and then after that, then I'll do 3-piece front end, and then I'll get the car painted and everything. But for now, this is just like a quick, easy fix for the front bumper. I'm pretty happy that I got such a big sheet for pretty cheap. To be honest with you, I thought it was gonna be like $100, $120, but $50 ain't bad at all. Just pulled up here to SRP and man, lower control arm shining. Woo! SRP, YNS Lexan, the homies. We got Nick in his favorite type of car over here. Rocking the Hondas, trying to find out why he keeps on getting beat when he's driving his Mustang.
I was driving to get beat.
You see this right here? It's the only time there'll be Mustang taillights in front of a Honda. How you feel about that?
They just stay in front of
This thing is beautiful. I think he's just working on the wiring and it should be good to go. The alternator out of the Integra because I don't think I mentioned it in the last video, but it was only charging 12 volts. And since we did away with all the OEM wiring, we thought that it might be something within the OEM harness. And it was only giving me 12 volts, right? So we ended up jumping the back pin, which controls the full field mode on the alternator. So basically, if you apply your battery voltage or any type of ignition power to it, then it'll always be running at its full potential, which takes away like 2 or 3 horsepower or something. Nothing major, but it keeps your alternator always charging at 13.5 or 14 volts, whatever your OEM or whatever the regulator inside of the alternator permits. So we went ahead and jumped that just to see if it'll kick over, and it wasn't kicking over past 12 volts. So I have warranty through O'Reilly's on it, so I'm gonna head over to O'Reilly's right now, get that exchanged, and come back and hopefully put that back on and have no issues. All right, so here's our modded OEM bumper, the one that we have the holes drilled out in the front, signature look. And as we're trying to fit it on, it's hitting the support bracket right there and the bottom of the intercooler and whatnot. So it's not gonna fit just how it is right now. So we are going to start by cutting, I think I'm just gonna cut from this portion down. I might keep this area just so I can have some support on that corner. So when I rivet on the new ABS plastic, we'll have some support there. But I don't need this part that goes inwards because that's obviously hitting the intercooler and everything since we did bring it forward. I don't need this lip either. So I'm basically gonna gut this out right now. Need a haircut, buddy? All right, we're gonna start gutting the inside of this right now. So I'll just set this aside and basically just cut into the inside of the mask. Acura things, Acura. All right, so I got the bottom of this already cut out as well as the part that protrudes towards the intercooler trimmed away. So we're gonna go test this on the car right now and make sure that it's also gonna fit with the length of the plate that we have.
What's that? I need your help carrying this. It's a little heavy. Can you carry this?
Such a good helper over here. Oh, woo! Thanks, bud. All right, so since this is fitting now onto the actual car, I think we're gonna trim away this area right here where I had the turn signals blocked off, and using this little poster board, I'm gonna make a little template of exactly how we want the plastic, so then I can measure twice and cut once. And I'll just trim this on the bottom real quick and get this taped up. Is loud. Woo! This thing is crazy loud, dude. The video didn't do it justice.
No.
Alright, so I have the bumper fully enclosed right here. I really like the way it's looking. I'm in the shade right now, so it doesn't really do it much justice, but I think I'll cut a little bit higher on the bumper so it's about 4 or 5 inches off of the floor. Right now it has maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches clearance, so I don't want it that low. But I really love the way that it's looking. So right now I just want to mark off right here and then give it some curve, give it a little bit of accent right there. And then I'll take this off and mark it up on the actual piece of plastic. All right, so here's that 4x8 ABS plastic sheet. So it's not the thickest thing in the world. Like I said, I think it was 0.09 or something inches, or 0.09. So now I'm going to take that off, lay it over top, and then do a rough template of it, and then cut that out. And I think I'll take off the 2 inches that I wanted to take off while it's on here. That way I just have a clean cut out of it. And then I'll mock it up. And once I get 1 or 2 rivets on it, then I'll actually start making the hole for the intercooler to have air. So here we have the actual front face piece that we're going to be using. Let's see if I can just mock it up real quick. Should be sitting right about there. Alright, so I've got some clamps holding on the corners of the trimmed new bumper piece. We were looking at NHRA rules like we were when we did the weight plate. And if I'm not mistaken, it's 3 inches is the minimum or maximum lowness of the car. So that has to do with the weight plate as well as the bumper. Just to show you guys. So this sits about almost 5 inches, like 4.5. And the weight plate sits right up 4 inches from the ground. So I can actually bring this a little bit lower to my taste. I wanted it to cover the weight plate just a tad. So I think I'm gonna bring that down to about where this one is, because it's not 100% on. This is a little bit high, this is a little bit high. All right, so we're starting to rivet on the front piece. Got a few rivets over there, and they just let me borrow this air riveter, which is the first time that I'm using. Pretty cool. Doesn't really put strain on your hand when you're doing a lot of rivets. Let me just put this on time lapse real quick. All right, so I have the entire bumper riveted on, the front piece, or the top piece at least. I don't have the final look of it, like on the bottom right here, I have to trim a little bit. I really like the flare that it has right over there, and I wish this side had a little bit more of it. It has a bit, but not a lot, but I'm sure when I trim that on the corners, it'll be even, since this one has about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches extra right there. So that's gonna get trimmed anyway. I'll probably just do it right now with a little air-powered saw. But it is on there and sturdy. Obviously, the bumper isn't mounted. It's just laying over top of the headlights and whatnot, so it's not going to be 100% sturdy, but we are going to probably do some rivets alongside right here once I get this to the curve that I want it. And after that, I'll be able to actually do the shrouding for the intercooler and the radiator exactly how I want it. But yeah, I'm about to go to work right now, and I should resume tomorrow. Okay, so skip forward to the next morning. We got Vincent over here, about to do the tinting on the windshield. That way we can have no glare onto the tablet and everything. Where can people find you, bro?
You can find me in South Daytona or Holly Hill. We have 2 locations now, and we are also fully mobile for people in Orlando and other outskirts of Daytona locations.
Nice. Yeah, so he's gonna do the tint on the windshield as well as restore the headlight to make them nice and clean. Dude, the car's gonna look so much better now.
Yeah. I would say to keep it cooler, but it's not really a daily.
Yeah, right? What you mean? I take this to work all the time.
Oh yeah. Shit, I guess I would too if I wanted to get there real fast.
Yeah, right. Never late to work.
Yeah.
Windshield looking good. Not too dark, not too see-through, just perfect. So he's gonna come back in a few minutes with the headlight restore kit and do the headlights. And then I'll head over and get some piping after homeboy stops calling my name. Give me a second, buddy. So that I can do the V-stack out the front and cut a hole for the intercooler and then trim off the sides again. Still couldn't find any local 4-inch pipe. I'm just gonna send it with this stuff. Huge thank you to Vince. Headlights looking perfect, tint looking great. So here's my V-stack. It's just gonna sit like that, right off the turbo up to the front. Yeah, I know it looks kind of ghetto, but it'll work for now. So there we are. Just gonna start cutting around it with this little tool. All right, so I have the bumper all trimmed out and everything. The duct just needs to be connected. Then I started making some shrouding over here, just so I could have bottom support and I could have also the air rammed directly how I want it. Although at the bottom, it's not really gonna do much of a difference besides air escaping downwards. It will help a little bit, but mostly it's just for support. As you can see, that's pretty sturdy compared to this flopping around as it was before. I might do a bottom trim of metal in the front just so it can have like a skeleton type effect. But that's not important at the moment. Now I have this side already done. I have to do the bottom over there. And if I have time, I'll do some shrouding on the sides as well as the top to direct that towards the radiator as well. Just gotta kind of see how I'm gonna do it. If I do for the radiator, I'll have it do like a tight bend upwards and then have it go around and sit on top of the shroud right there. I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna do that today, but it's just something to keep in mind for the future. I loved the way that it looked with, my keys are over there. I love the way it looked with the closed front. I really hate how it looks now. All right, I only have one can of Milano red, which is all that that boys have left. And I got some coverage, so the main color of it is red, but you can still see the black underlay of the ABS plastic underneath. And at least I can say that it fits the theme of the car. Definitely is ugly. All right, now that the bumper is on, I can actually attach it to the sides. All that's left to do is get this ducting, whatever it's called right now, to sit against this part right here and put a clamp on it. That way I have velocity and everything. I was talking to my tuner too. By doing this, now that it's boosted and tuned and everything, it's gonna add maybe like a pound or two of pressure, so it'll look like it's boosting more. Since you have all the rammed air going in through the front, the velocity stack does its job. So I asked if the tune is gonna be affected or anything, but he said that, you know, he tunes safely always and it should be within its limits, but we're gonna do some testing obviously and play with the fuel as we need it, just in case anybody was worried that it's not gonna be as it should, but we've already got all that covered. I know this video has kind of been all over the place between revealing the new front of the car and how we did that, as well as getting the windshield tinted and everything. Huge thank you to Vincent. Huge thank you to Ricky, Shannon, and Nick as well at SRP always. You guys always help out so much. And you know, the car's starting to come together. Just got to button up a few things inside of the car. Tomorrow is Thursday. I should be picking up the car in the evening time. That way I have everything prepared. Friday morning, we're going to Orlando to get some stuff with the suspension tinkered with. I'll make a full video on that. And if all goes well, Friday night, we should be hitting the track. I know that we've had like the last 3 events that we wanted to go to on the track get rained out or canceled and stuff. Hopefully tonight or Friday night should be good. It's just a test and tune event, but we want to start dialing the car for a Honda Day, make sure that it's 100. And that should be pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to hit that like button down below and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks.